And 16 more people have tested positive for the coronavirus, raising the country's total caseload to 336. Now, the new cases are from 946 samples tested in the last 24 hours. 11 of the new cases are right here in Nairobi, while the remaining 5 are in Mombasa. The tracing of 887 individuals who came into contact with the 16 new cases has also begun. According to the government, on a positive note, 5 more patients have been released after testing negative, bringing the total number of those who have recovered from the disease to 94. Now, the government says that to date, a total of 16,738 tests have been conducted. Now, this comes as a 30-day curfew imposed by the national government draws to a close. While authorities say there have been significant gains, there are warnings against complacency, especially on the part of political leaders. Silas Apollo begins our broadcast tonight.
With just 2 days to the end of the 30-day nationwide dusk-to-dawn curfew, the government says it is reviewing its options and is expected to make an announcement on the way forward in the coming days. The government says the curfew, alongside other measures, have significantly reduced the rate of transmissions.
And this is a matter, of course, that I'm sure is being discussed at various levels. That period has not come as of today, but I'm sure that by the time it comes, or just before that, there will be some form of communication on the position of government regarding the curfew.
The Chief Administrative Secretary, however, says there are serious cases of complacency, with political leaders leading the way. Senate Leader of Majority Kipchumba Murkomen has been accused of holding a public meeting with his constituents in Elgeyo-Marakwet County to address the issues around the heavy downpour that wreaked havoc in Chesegon area. Meru Governor Kiraitu is also accused of flouting guidelines on public gatherings and social distancing by holding a public gathering in Maua town on Thursday to distribute face masks to residents.
While the intention of these gatherings could be noble, like what we saw in Meru and Elgeyo-Marakwet, the execution violates our social distancing rules that we have been preaching day in, day out.
But Governor Murungi has defended his actions, terming the accusations as propaganda by his political opponents.
We shall continue with the good work that we are doing. And no amount of noise, no amount of political propaganda, and no social media insults will distract us from our tireless efforts in the fight against coronavirus.
We wish to remind all Kenyans, including our political leaders, to desist from undermining the laid down rules and guidelines.
This comes as the judiciary denies claims that it had allowed church services to take place with restrictions in place. The statement released by the judiciary's public relations office states the courts had only allowed alternative forms of worship, such as online broadcasting of services, without a breach of the guidelines. The statement was in relation to a petition filed by pastors Don Mutugi, John Miriti and Alex Gishunge challenging the order on the closure of churches. Silas Apollo, NTV.